Good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope that everyone is doing well. Um, it is, for the most part, a beautiful day, of course, here in Zamunda. It's a great day. You all have to forgive me. I am a little tired today, but as always, if I can make it, we're going to be here live every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock p.m. on the Something for the People podcast. Before we get started, I would like to send our condolences to a good friend of the family, Mr. Jacoby White. He lost his wife on this past weekend. She was a beautiful soul, Miss Cherry White, and we just want to send our thoughts, condolences, and prayers to his family as they lay her to rest this weekend. We know how their faith in the Lord was and is, and we know, thank you, and we know that they're going to be, if you like screenshot it, or just say, we know that they will be okay, they will be fine. They have two small children that we are definitely praying for and thinking about at this time. Um, we also want to send condolences to the families that lost a loved one this past weekend. As you know, Shreveport had a major shooting downtown this weekend in the middle of the street, in the middle of the streets of downtown on Texas Street. We want to thank those businesses that were mindful of those that were involved in that shooting that closed their doors on Saturday night. This was on Friday night. There were several shootings, and one person lost their life in that shooting. And so we never want to come on here. People always say, "You going to church?" No, I'm not going to church. I just am always mindful and thinking of others, most times, not just myself. Life is life, and people are hurting every day, all the time. And it doesn't take anything to show a little kindness, concern in our day to day lives, in our day to day tasks. It's not that hard. And so we want to be mindful of those things. And we got to work on taking our freaking streets back, Shreveport. Like, it's just ridiculous. I was on a live the other night of the other day of some community leaders, um, Carla Collins, Lester Smith, Alvin Oliver. They were just the another guy. I think his name Robert. I can't think of his last name right now, but just thinking of ways to take back our community and our streets. And it's not a police problem. It is a parenting and community problem, because you half-ass raise your children in these streets, and you send them out. You don't want them to receive instruction or correction from adults, and yet you wonder why so many. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of unarmed killings that go on within our communities, but a lot of those unarmed killings are by armed young black people, and now they're killing other black men, they're killing black girls in the middle of the streets, and it's just freaking ridiculous. And so there are a couple of topics, and that was one of them that we have to get involved in. And so I'm going to be talking about that more on next week. But I had to start tonight's segment off with that. We do have a special guest in the house. I was going to do the segment on my own tonight. I didn't want to really involve a lot of people, but I did ask for a special guest to join us tonight, and I will be introducing him soon. I appreciate his help for coming on. And I just want to thank him for coming on as I go forward. With that being said, I want to start tonight by introducing, of course, none other than my co host, my executive producer, the one that tries to keep us all in line. And that is Girl Pam, the Missus. Say hello to the people.
Hello, people. How are you?
Doing quite well. How are you today?
Well, today.
That's good. On yesterday, you weren't doing too well. I'm gonna speak on it briefly. I said I wouldn't speak on it. I'm going to speak on yesterday briefly. On yesterday, girl Pam made a post about someone that she thought was a good friend of hers. This person is a soror, which is sorority sister of hers, that made some very derogatory comments about her to other persons within the chapter that don't even know girl Pam, and it really hurt and bothered her. And she made that post. And I just want to say thank you to all of our family and friends that got jumped on that post and let her know how much she was liked, how much she was loved. It's all right. Are you gonna need tissue?
Uh,
Oh gosh.
which is why I thought we were not
We were
going
well.
to talk about today
I
because
openly and publicly spoke on it because I want to thank my people for showing up and showing the freak out. You all made her feel special and loved. I had no idea. She had no idea. For some reason, she didn't know that people felt the way that they did about her, and they were so protective and supportive of her. We were receiving phone calls of people thinking they had to go get you some tissue back.
it's okay.
Okay. We were receiving phone calls of friends and family from out of town where I need to be, where I need to come. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Even my grandmother jumped on the post. And even as she said what she said, she was like, violence is not the answer, though. And I was like, I told you that. I told y'all that lady was on her way. What's up, Toya? What's up, bro? And so I just want to say thank you because she is completely an extension and a part of me. Um, she is my left hand because I'm dominant with the right hand. So she is my left hand. I know Patrick had to log out. He's going to log back in. But I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. You all did not have to do it. And I appreciate you all for everything that you did on yesterday. You just don't know how well you all made me feel about how you all love us. Good evening, Shaw Mills. Anyway, love you, girl, Pam.
Yes, thank you so much. I didn't think that we were talking about it
We
because
weren't. Well, you all know I'm truthful and I'm transparent. And I'm gonna say what I want to say. I will say this to get off of that. I know it's a lot of the topics tonight have a lot of emotion anyway. I will say this for let me look in the camera. For Fancy Stone, your evil was defeated. Fuck you. Fuck the things you had to say. We don't give a fuck about what you think, feel. Girl Pam is a beautiful soul. You know that, and for you to say the things that you said and thought that it would never get back to her, it got back to her. So your hate was defeated, and you just made yourself look fucking stupid. Anyway, that's just me. I'm transparent. I love you. Give me a kiss. Oh, I love you, babe. Okay, now my first topic um, is about on this past weekend. Good evening, Trina. Good evening, Keisha. What's up, cuz? Linnell, what's up, sis? On this past weekend on Facebook Live, which Facebook Live to me should have been tweaked. Let me call in my special guest. We have Mr. Patrick McGee in the house. He's a guest of the show. None other than Mr. Patrick McGee. We know that he's very vocal. He doesn't hold back anything. He has a lot to say about Shreveport, and he knows what's going on. So I'm gonna bring Patrick in the live. Mr. Patrick McGee, I think he's only in the stream with audio right now. Say hello to the people for me, my brother.
Sweet. How y'all doing today? Tonight?
We're doing great. You are you at work? Are we bothering you at work?
No, I'm actually working on something in my garage. That's why the camera's
Okay.
off.
Okay, it's cool. It's cool. So on this past weekend, ladies and gentlemen, a 27-year-old woman that lives in Columbus, Mississippi, went on Facebook Live to confront her husband, whom she said she had found out was bisexual. She went on Facebook Live. He came into the home. She approached him. She accosted him. He kept asking repeatedly to leave while he was on the phone with his uncle. He made it plain. Made it known that he just wanted to get his work clothes. This was at 7 o'clock in the morning, people, that he just wanted to get his work clothes and go to work. They had 4 small children in the home, one of them being a newborn. At the time, her mother was also in the home, and her mother was instigating, in my opinion, and the thoughts on this show are our opinions. They reflect, personally, my opinion. Her mother was in the home at the time, and her mother was instigating the situation and was saying that he was not a good father, he was not this, he was not that. So I'm going to pull up a small article A woman was arrested after she allegedly shot and killed a man on Facebook Live in Mississippi on Saturday morning. The officials with the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office said deputies responded to a domestic violence call in Columbus shortly before 8 a.m. They found that a 28-year-old man who lived at the home had died from a single gunshot wound. The victim and 28-year-old, I said she was 27. 28-year-old Khadijah Michelle Brown were in an argument that turned physical. Brown then allegedly shot the victim, which officials said was captured on Facebook Live. Authorities confirmed the man was Brown's husband who was trying to leave the home. Brown was arrested and charged with murder, and at the time, she was only charged with second-degree murder. It says a bond was not set for Brown. There was a history of domestic violence between Brown and the victim. This was a tragic and senseless murder, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the family and victim. And this is a picture of the woman who was charged in that act. You know, she showed herself several times on Facebook Live, so what I'm showing you is public knowledge, of course. So my thoughts and concerns first was that they threw in there that there was a history of domestic violence, which it could be important. But what was more important is that she was the aggressor. We watched the live. I did not want to watch it, and it does not show her shooting him. She shot him in the head, people. It does not show her shooting him because she started hitting him. The phone dropped. My problem with this is that men or dominant persons in the relationship are always to blame for the problem or for the situation. They are never looked at as victims. And in this situation, they were truly victims. And I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick of tired of people saying that women need to be protected. Women need to be protected. No, damn it. People need to be protected that violence is issued towards them. So, Mr. Patrick McGee, I'm going to come to you first and get your thoughts about this situation, if you would.
My first thought is, why the man in jail? Just like when the police officer, like the George Floyd situation, all those police officers went to jail because they could have stopped it. Why doesn't this occur in this situation also? For one reason, is Mississippi. That's number one. Also, they already playing the victim game with her by stating that there was a history of domestic violence. And of course, they're going to pull out the records and say she always called the police on him.
Right.
That's going to be number one. When clearly we see right here, any fight that probably ever started, her ass probably started. And the mammy will probably sit there. The mammy probably stayed up if it was that early in the morning.
I thought that the mother may have stayed there, but in the live, if I recall correctly, the mother makes the point, I didn't come over here for this. After it started escalating and when the girl pulled the gun, and the girl was braggadocious. She was like, oh, it's about to be an effing murder scene. You know, I kill you, bitch. When she said that, I was like, wait, what? And so I think that the mother had come over that morning because apparently they had been arguing the day before, and he left the home so as not to continuously get into it with her. So I think the mother probably didn't live there. However, like you said, why the mammy ain't charged? Because from the moment I was in elementary school, if I instigated a fight, my ass was suspended just like the fighters.
Exactly.
So to me, the mother should have been arrested. The mother should have been charged with something, at least held accountable, because she could have stopped this situation. As mothers, we know how to stop our children, especially when they start escalating. And so it sounds to me, go ahead, what you were about to say?
The mama was instigating, like, what you want to talk about, what we got to talk about, what you want to talk to her about. What, right. Just like, if you had that much power in the situation, you had enough power to stop her from pulling out that damn gun and pulling that trigger. As soon as she pulled out that gun, she could have said, wait, Trina, put the gun down. This ain't good. Your kids in here, this and that and another. Right. So the mammy should be sitting right on side of.
I
And of course,
totally agree.
and of course, this, like I said, it's Mississippi. It's a black man. That's just one more nigga that they ain't got to worry about in Mississippi.
Unfortunately,
That's it.
Unfortunately, you make a good point. These southern states, these red states, they don't care anything about our black asses. And so we're just another number in the court system. And so unfortunately, this is just a bad situation where a young man has lost his life behind nothing. And I want to make sure you all understand she was the aggressor. You want to introduce? Go ahead, Beth.
We have Jonathan Ellison in the house tonight.
J.E., what's going? The voice is in the house tonight. What's up? What's up?
Wait, I got Pam introducing me now. What's up with it?
Because that's your buddy. God damn it.
That's who introducing me tonight. I love
it. That's who introduced me. We're talking about the incident where the woman killed her husband on Facebook Live. We have our boy, Mr. Patrick McGee, in the house tonight.
Yes. What's going on?
I want to ask you a few of the comments. Shaw Mim said you could tell she and her mom were a little slow. Shaw, I did think that they were a little slow, but to me, the heifer was too busy looking to see. Did you see her keep fixing her hair? Or was I just tripping? She was looking at herself. She was looking at herself in the camera. I'm like, bitch, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. You're on Facebook Live and you worried about how you look. And for her to flip the switch so quickly, I could tell that she was the person that was the normal aggressor.
Well, I want to know why no one called 911.
Once she shot him, or before she shot him?
Before that, when this started happening, no one called 911. Now she shot him in the head. We found this out. Mm-hmm. But why? I mean, I know the police came later, but before that, why did it take so long for the police to get there from the time that they shot him? Because paramedics, we don't know if some life-saving measures could have been done or something, because I was concerned how long it took them to get there.
Well, Jonathan, before you say this, let me say this, because I've been involved in prison at an active shooting.
And I never have. So
okay, I've been involved in prison at an active shooting. The paramedics have been sitting right there. They were not allowed to go in. And I believe that because this gentleman was shot in the chest with a shotgun, and he probably could have been saved. However, we were told, because we were like, just go down there and save them. The paramedics are not allowed to go in until the house or the home or whatever they're in has been cleared by the police.
That's true.
So
that's true.
They may have
cleared.
Yeah. So they may have been present outside. They couldn't go, not with a gun on the scene.
The mama should have called 911 when her daughter was hitting him in the head. I know he was on the phone with his uncle, because he came in the house talking to his uncle. And I saw that once he got shot, his phone started ringing. Because whoever he was on the phone with hung up.
Well, I think he hung up right before the altercation happened, because I heard him telling his uncle, I'm just going to get my stuff and get out of here. And he told her, hey, stop hitting me, leave me alone. Jonathan, what were you about to say?
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say, I guess more to the point of what Pam is saying. One of the things you got to understand is that in this day and age right now, people love mess. And so you got to think about the audience that was watching that live and, was probably in the comments making jokes or whatever the case may be. People spend more time focusing on mess and the entertainment and somebody acting a fool more than anything else. So I think reality is where that should have been an emergency thought process of somebody saying, you know what, we need to call the police and get them over there. Because when you think about it, she said, kill, I'm going to shoot you, you going to die. She said that way before she actually did.
She did. So
I think, sadly, we we've become very numb to certain trigger words that should actually make us go, whoa, shit. Somebody said kill, shoot,
Murder
whatever.
scene, yeah.
And nobody jumped into action. So yeah, no, y'all are right about the whole, they got to clear the house first. But I think Pam's speaking more on the lines of, hey, this looked like a very dangerous situation.
Why didn't anybody call before then?
Right. Because I'm thinking, we're looking at some adults, but I'm thinking if I see somebody go online live and they are acting reckless and I see a child in the vicinity somewhere, I'm about to hurry up and call the police because I'm thinking something about to get out of hand and they need to get there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Mr. McGee, I gotta ask you guys. I'm gonna read a few of the comments right quick. Not just an opinion. Hannah Burton says, "Hey, baby," but that's a fact. She was instigating from start to finish. Speaking on the mother, she said, "Stop a few times, but still continue to let her keep going instead of just telling her to let him leave." Shamim asked, "Why was it only second-degree murder?" We don't know exactly why it was second-degree murder, but let me explain this to you guys as well. When it comes to charging people, the court system does not want to give a woman the chair. When you put a capital murder charge on someone's head, death is imminent. You have to understand, and you have to be able to make it stick because you can't go back with double jeopardy if they're found not guilty. So it's very hard to place a capital murder charge on a lot of people, which is why the charge is oftentimes reduced. They just want to get them arrested and in the jail or get a plea deal done because they know they can get a plea deal on second-degree murder. It's very hard to get a capital murder or first-degree murder charge. However, to me, because they're going to say first degree is premeditated. They're going to say that was not premeditated. They're going to call it, I can't think of the exact term. It's crime of passion, but it's another term as well. Because to me, it wasn't crime of passion. Yes, they were arguing, but she had the wherewithal and the mind, the thought to go and pick up the gun and even tell him it's going to be a murder scene.
I know the term is, I can't think of the term, but the one where it is enraged
while something in the act of. I'll have to look up the term.
But I know what you're talking about. I just cannot think.
Right. One other person. We have our brother Kane on the line. Kane, good evening. How you doing? Say hello to the people.
What's going on, people?
We chilling. We speaking on the young lady that killed her husband this past weekend.
I seen that video. That was crazy.
Yeah. Fellas, while I wanted you, girl Pam and I were gonna do this live podcast ourselves tonight, but I wanted the fellas on here because I want people to know and hear the voices of our strong black men. So I'm gonna ask Patrick, Jonathan, and Kane, have you ever been in a situation, and briefly describe it, where you've been with a woman and she was the aggressor and has tried to fight you and you've done things to try and leave? Kane, I'm gonna go ahead and start with you since you just got on.
Yes, I have. I have been in that situation before. I'm talking about it. And for me as being a male and ending up in that situation, it was real crazy to me. I mean, she was just real aggressive with it. I whoop your ass and yada yada, all because, I mean, I don't know. It was all over some BS, really. It was all, she's sitting there, how about I'm playing with her emotions, trying to talk to her cousin. Girl, I'm not even looking at your cousin like that.
Right.
So it went to the point, that's when I had my dreads. I mean, this girl and snatched my hair and I like, and I'm like, look, you touch my hair one more time. I'm trying not to do nothing to her. And I told her, I say, look, you yank my hair one more time. Yeah, I told her, I say, you touch my hair one more time, I'm gonna knock the fuck out of you. So she did.
I was gonna say, was that the de-escalation? I'm gonna knock the fuck out of you.
Actually, that was the decent. It kind of calmed her down, but I just got out of car and I just walked on off. I ain't gonna lie. I walked on off. I walked in my apartment, went inside my apartment, closed and locked my door. She was calling, and I never did answer her phone call again.
Ever.
That's
Patrick,
basically
what
how I
about
just
you?
got away from that.
Patrick, give the people a description of you. How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
5'10". So have you had a situation such as this?
Yep. My ex-wife. I was working overnight at the boat. And she had an issue with my family, my mama. Like, I hate this, but I didn't speak to my mama for damn near a year behind her.
Oh Lord.
And yeah, stupid as hell to me. I done lost some years of my life because of that, because it's saying the Bible, you're supposed to do right by your parents. But anyway.
Honor thy mother and thy father. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. And I forget 100% how it really started or the argument, but she pulled a knife on me and said if I left to go to work, a knife.
Mm-hmm.
Said if I left to go to work, she was gonna kill me.
Dang.
Wow.
And then called the police on me. Police officer got there, cool black dude. Cool black dude. He said, man, go on to work. He said, go on to work. He said, did she touch you? I said, no. I should have said, yeah. Mm-hmm. That would have got, because he was asking me, did she touch you? Did she graze you? Did she pinch you?
Did she should have said
anything? I said, no, she did. And he said, man, go to work. He said, man, go to work.
That was your blessing in disguise.
I'm a blessing in disguise. He told her, if I ever got to come back over here, I'm charged with everything. He said, I'm going to charge you with resisting arrest. He said, that way.
That was probably. Go ahead. He said that way.
He said that way I make sure you go straight to CCC.
That was probably a black man who had been through what you were going through.
Yeah.
Because it's very rare that you find officers
that actually take your side. Yeah.
That actually take your side. Jonathan, what's your story?
I'm
gonna go last.
You gonna go last? Yeah, my situation.
I got another time too, but we'll talk about it later.
Right. Okay. Particularly chick, just kind of messing around or whatever. So she got to the point. You think the smaller that they are, the less strength that they have. Nah, that ain't the case at all. So she starts swinging, and I grab her arm. Well, the second, that's something you get taught when you fighting or you learn to fight as a child. I always remember, if they hit you with one hand, get ready for the other.
Right.
So by the time I catch one, here she come with the other one, and she connects. So she connects with that one, but after the lick, I'm still standing, and I grab both her arms and I pin her down. And so in the process of pinning her down, I'm just like trying to tell her, like, hey, calm down, chill out. This shit that you tripping off of ain't even that serious. I ain't never put my hands on you. Like, what's the problem? Like, you need to chill out. Now, the only saving grace for me, to this day, I still have a love for duct tape.
Listen, I'm sorry, people. I did not. This is not funny. He must have taped her ass and walked out.
So that duct tape was sitting right there on the couch, and it was. And you know how us as black folks, we take that duct tape and we do that little folding piece so it don't stick all the way.
Right.
I grabbed that little folding piece and I got it in my mouth and I pulled it. And when I tell you, I roped her ass like cattle.
Boy, it's crazy.
That was your de-escalation
That
right
is that how you de-escalated this? Dude, what is wrong with
That
you?
was the best way to de-escalate it because number one part of the problem is she was ex law enforcement. That's one.
Oh,
Mm,
So she had access to firearms. Number
mm.
two, I know that if I would have left any type of mark on her with the police on their way, I
yeah,
knew that it was gonna be fucked up regardless of anything.
yeah.
True.
So by the time I got the duct tape on or whatever like that, it wasn't my best work in bondage. But once I got that duct tape on, I get up, and by the time I get up and I go to the door, I see police cars pulling up.
Oh shit.
I immediately go to the sidewalk and I lay on the ground. And so the
All right.
officer looks at me and he goes, "Well, what you doing out there for? I ain't asked you to do that." I said, "Look, bro."
Shit, I don't trust y'all.
I said, "Bro, I don't trust y'all enough for me to just walk up on y'all or none of that." I said, "I'm explaining what the situation is. If you go through that door right there, she's duct taped on the floor."
Oh my God.
Woo.
Now,
Hey,
Jonathan.
but see, now wait a minute. Let me fast forward you real quick. Later, after cops and kind of got her out the duct tape, and well, what saved me was she acted fool with them.
Mm.
And so the officer said, he was like, "You know what?" He said, "I kind of understand, yada yada yada." But it wasn't until one of the cops looked at me and said, "Man, you was quick on your feet with that duct tape, huh?" He said it took everything in me not to laugh when I walked in the door.
This dude is crazy, bro.
Man,
But
I done
but
walked in
it's
the
a
honey and duct tape and
right. But the concept
Well,
of is that no matter the size of
anything
a
to
person, yeah,
to
no matter
de-escalate.
the de-escalate. You got to think about it, man. All of these times we don't have time to think like that. We don't have time to really protect ourselves. So a lot of time as men in the court system or in front of law enforcement or even in front of women, it's assumed that, oh, it's just a hit from a woman or a lick from a woman or she's just acting a little crazy. But at the end of the day, shit, as men, we out here risking it like a motherfucker, just like, anybody else. So I just kind of feel like in situations like that, we kind of get disregarded sometimes when it comes to domestic violence or abuse like
Oh, no doubt.
yeah. So
I
it's
agree.
crazy.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm go ahead, keep talking. You want me to go, or you say you have a perspective from the lady? We introduced him. We got our other brother from another mother, Mr. I'm just a messenger in the house.
what up, though?
What up, though? What up, though? What up? Go ahead, baby.
Okay, good to see you on your feet, big dog.
Good to see
Yes,
you
sir.
on your
Yes,
feet.
sir.
Good.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
You want to go first?
Well, let me give you from the woman's perspective because
Okay.
some of you men, although some of y'all women can be instigators, but some of y'all men
We're not talking about men
are
today.
instigators
We're
too,
not talking about
because
yes, but we're
I
not
have
talking about
been on the
men.
other side in a situation when I was married to Mister. He was the
Oh,
instigator all
Uh-oh.
the time
Go,
because
mister.
when I didn't feel like talking, Mister would follow me around the house and want to talk. And I'd be like, "Gone on, boy." He hated to be called boy. He'd be like, "Roy, who is Roy?" I'd be like, "Gone on, boy." And when a person tells
A
you
person, period,
to go on,
male or
that
female,
they do not want to talk, then you should not follow them around the
just
house
respect it. Walk off.
and continue to try to talk to them. But
Correct.
Man,
this
Correct.
person continued to do that and follow you around the house and get all in your face. "Oh, you gonna talk to me?" No one has the right to make you want to talk to them. It just
Right.
agitates you even more.
True.
So I
True.
would do little things to make him even madder so that he would stop talking to me. That did not work. It did not work. It just
Yeah,
kept
you.
coming and coming and coming.
That's
And
just what an instigator does.
yeah,
An
it's
instigator
like
doesn't stop pursuing you because you ask them to stop. That's why they're an
Oh no.
instigator.
they want to talk.
So,
Right.
Nothing stops an instigator.
right. Well,
Nothing stops an instigator.
well, for me tonight, since I am talking about women that are aggressors and instigators. I'm gonna stay. I know I get on the guys. I'm gonna stay on the women. I'm gonna say this. As a gay woman, we are looked at as a dominant gay woman. We are looked at as the same as a man in our relationships when it comes to the court of law. They don't care if two cats fighting.
Right.
I am the aggressive. I am the dominant woman because I'm 6 feet tall. So I'm looked at as the aggressor. I have had a female in the past, psycho bitch, foam at the mouth. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I have had her hit me, and my mama say, you know that bitch got a cat too. Let her hit you another time. To the point my mother called her and said, Adrian don't want to fight you, bitch, where you at? My mama called her and said, where you at? I'm on my way. Because she don't want to fight you. I have had this person hit me. When I get her off of me, she got her and herself and one of her friends to go to the police and fill out an affidavit against me. And this girl swore to these lies with her. She wasn't physically there at the time of the altercation. I have had the captain of the detective unit call me and say, Miss Burton, how you doing? Me, I'm fine. How are you? And they're like, I have an affidavit I have a warrant for your arrest. I'm like, huh? What? Yeah, on such and such a date, you jumped on. I said, hold on. I said, this bitch sitting right here in the car with me. They were in the car with me. None of that mattered. And she was like, Miss Burton, I have to follow program. She said, come down and talk to me. I'm going to.
No, that's that bullshit.
No, I told that bitch to pull over on Linwood Avenue, and I jumped out the car. I'll be damned if I'm gonna stay in the car with your ass. Oh no, ma'am. No, that's that bullshit. And OJ knows.
She is known to get out of cars.
I will get out of a car and walk until my feet got burns on the soles of them. But I ain't staying in the car I don't want to be in. My de-escalation is to get the F away from you. Because I'm either gonna make you kill me or I'm gonna kill you. So with that being said, ladies, when you walking around talking about I'm not touching you, talk to me. Babe, can you talk to me? I'm trying to say something. Can we talk for a minute? No, we don't. Leave people alone. These kinds of things don't have to happen.
For real. Sit your ass down.
Sit your ass down. Then when we turn into He-Man and body slam you on the hood of the car, all of a sudden we wrong. But we spent the last 2 hours trying to get you the F out of our face. And that don't work. It's like the more aggression we show, the better, the happier you are. Good evening to everyone on here. Good evening. Don't tell nobody nothing about no little bit of aggression. Because you MFs don't take that too far.
Right.
So all I want to say is, ladies, I don't care how strong you think you are. Short, tall, big, or small. He is a man. He is physically stronger and more imposing. That's like when people be trying to. Let me say this right quick, John. That's like when people be trying to fight sissies, and they be talking about, he a sissy, he a man.
He's still a man.
Still a man.
He's still a grown ass man.
He is a man.
He's still
And
a
if
grown
you
ass
think
man.
you gonna beat his ass just because he a sissy, I'm gonna be looking at you on Facebook talking about. Look like your ass got hit in the head with a bag of knuckles.
For real.
A bag of nickels like yeah, leave people. Go ahead, Jonathan. What you had to say? And then
No. We're gonna take it back to your next thing. But I was just gonna say, just in retrospect, learn some fucking emotional intelligence and keep your fucking hands to yourself.
Man,
I think
that's
that's one of the most important things in the world. If anything go punch you a wall, go in the backyard, go for a walk, or anything else. Just remove yourself from that shit that's imploding inside of that house. But at the end of the day, keep your fucking hands to yourself.
Hey, I live in the country. I will go outside and scream to the top of my lungs. Fuck my neighbors. I swear to God.
For real. That's how you that's what you have to do.
This motherfucker.
For real.
I feel better.
Right. You feel so much better. But yeah, seriously.
The difference.
Right.
The
Yeah.
dogs was present, but I was out there for me. Fuck them
Right.
dogs.
Fuck them dogs.
I'm talking about fuck her, I hate her. Woo, shit, I hate her.
Right. Yeah, but seriously, keep your fucking hands to yourself. I don't care how mad you get or whatever else, because it goes back to what AB just said. See, naturally, as a woman, you can be as strong as you want to. I mean, look at my case. That chick was ex-law enforcement, so she was taught how to handle bigger guys and put them in handcuffs and everything else. But that still didn't take away because I had to use the anger on her with the duct tape, because I wanted to knock the fuck out of her after that second lick hit me in the face. That second lick, the connecting lick, that shit pissed me off like a motherfucker. When I felt that motherfucker, I said, this bitch. I was like, this bitch. I said, whoo. And by the time I spent her ass around and got that duct tape, yeah, we was good.
Hey, let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about this.
The damn duct tape.
The duct tape, for real.
I know I haven't, ladies and gentlemen, I know I haven't been getting to the comments because this is just something that has been heavy on my mind. But I saw one comment that I have to say. Mr. Johnson said he'll spray their ass with, did he say wall spray? Talking about he'll spray their ass with wall spray, all 25 feet.
Yeah, no.
Boy, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Folks, answer me, ladies, fellas, if you've ever been in this situation, tell us your story in the comments. I promise you, when I watch tonight, I'll get to you. But while we're talking, it's just so much we have to unpack. Patrick McGee, I'm coming back to you. OJ. Is OJ still on there? I think OJ made a step off. Patrick McGee, what do you think a person needs to do? I'll come right back to you, OJ. As a man, what do you think a man needs to do to de-escalate these types of situations? We got to find some kind of solution. I don't know what it is. What do you think a man needs to do to de-escalate this situation other than the wall spray? Because that is the wall spray. Wendy is on here. Wall spray can be looked at as assault because it is poison.
Yeah, that can be looked at as assault because wall spray can actually, that shit can put your eye out, and that shit toxic.
Yeah. It's toxic.
Don't do the wall spray. Yeah, don't do the wall spray.
Walking away is not enough. Walking. I have always walked away because I will fight, but I don't want to fight the person that I'm involved with. So I always walk away, and these crazy motherfuckers always like, hey, I'm like, whoa, hold on. And as Charmian just said, it's always them small motherfuckers. It's like the smaller they are, the more they have to prove that they tougher than you.
Oh Lord, that's all of Jesus.
It's always them. Oh my gosh. It's like the shorter they are, the better they think they are. I'm gonna fuck around and do like old boy on Purple Rain. Jerome, I'm gonna pick a bitch up and put her in the trash can. The next one. You're right.
They do follow because I have walked away myself and they walk behind you and follow behind you.
That walking away. So Patrick McGee, what advice do you give a man in this situation? Man or woman, anyone.
You need to treat them just like when you get pulled over. Pull out your phone, hit record, and yell out, de-escalate, please move away. I ain't touched you. You lying. Look, when the police pull up to a domestic anything, they come in force, ready to kill. Just like when I forget old dude who got shot up there in a domestic thing, they shot the little white guy, the police officer. More police die in domestic violence stuff than anything. Pull your damn phone.
Alonzo Bagley. And he was running. He was running away.
No, I'm talking about before then.
You talking about Queensburg when the white cop got killed.
Years ago. Pull your phone out.
Valley. The LaValle boy.
LaValle, yeah, LaValle. Pull your phone out. Say, I'm de-escalating the situation. Please get away from me. You turn into a damn crawfish and start backing the fuck up. Do not touch that girl, because when they come in with, I've seen them. They got new training now where they come out with ARs and shit like that to a domestic. They will sit in their car until another unit pull up, and you better guarantee that 3 more units in a helicopter is on this way. Just
Real
because she got mad because you used her goddamn Altima and didn't pick her up on time for work.
Not the Altima.
Hey,
Not that
you're
regular.
going too far.
Not that regular.
You're going too far.
Altima. Not that regular ass Altima.
You're going too far.
Yes, they've been fussing from Pines Road Walmart or that goddamn call center out there.
That made almost
Because you done came and picked her up late with a hubcap missing on that car because you
in a raggedy, not raggedy, but
raggedy car.
Oh man.
With bald headed
Well,
ass
your
tires.
Your Altima ain't raggedy, girl, Pam.
and your tires ain't bald.
Not you, Pam. Miss Pam, you're a different situation. You're a different situation, Pam. Exclude your Altima from this. Okay? But
for real.
Pull your phone out, walk away. If your homeboy there, text him, have him somebody with a good car as your emergency contact. This bitch crazy. Come get me. I'm on the corner. Me and my dog outside. I'm on top of the garbage can. Walk away. Walk to the apartment office. Do whatever you got to do. Go hug the mailman or something. Walk away with your damn phone. Roll.
I see Ro Griggs made a very important comment. Put cameras in your home everywhere.
Yeah.
Cameras everywhere. So that way it will pick up and record whatever going on. So when they are telling all those lies, you'll have some proof to help you out. Even if the police come and arrest you, you can always go back and say, I have video evidence. OJ, I have a question for you. We have attorney Wendy Carey on the line, and she says, what if you can't walk away? What do you do?
Run. Jump out the goddamn window.
No, I'm going to tell you.
Don't lock yourself in the bathroom.
I'm going to tell you.
Hold on, OJ, before you say that. Mr. McGee, I have locked myself in the bathroom before, and the motherfucker kicked the bathroom door out. Kick.
Not if my foot already on it.
No, I was sitting behind. Yes, the motherfucker. I was like, "What? This bitch is crazy."
I didn't have a cheap Power Ranger the door before with my foot on in my body.
I swear to God.
I don't know if she pulled her power coin out or what, but yeah. Wait, what did we do? Wait, did you say what did we do?
Listen, all I'm gonna tell
treat them right.
A time ago in 1993, OJ in the Navy. Don't want to get in trouble. Christopher Mama. We get to arguing. We get to arguing, and y'all say just walk away, turn right. I turn around. I have a permanent bald spot in my head now from 8 stitches where that bitch hit me with iron.
I had 21 stitches and staples in the back of my leg after Hannah Burton got kidnapped. Talking about, Mama, my Happy Meal was good behind a motherfucker, and I'm just trying to say. I was just trying to
walk away. Y'all say walk away, run. I was just trying to walk away. Ended up with 8 stitches in the top of my head and a permanent bald spot.
Well, sometimes OJ, you gotta take it for the team, man. You gotta take it for the team.
Fuck the team.
Sometimes you gotta take it.
Fuck the team.
Sometimes you gotta take it for the team, man.
Okay, I'm just glad
again, what do you do? What do you do?
You supposed to try to walk away. But it happens sometimes.
LAPD wasn't playing. Los Angeles Police Department wasn't playing that shit. They took my ass to the hospital, then to jail.
Damn. But you got hit in the head, though.
Exactly.
But that was the 90s, though. They were taking all niggas to jail.
I don't
Yeah,
give a damn.
LAPD was just corrupt.
because that's the thing. That's the thing. They feel that when you get into it, I mean, back in the day, they felt like all men were the aggressors. The man started the shit. You know, men, you come, the woman call, oh, he hit me. All the thing the woman had to do was cry. The only thing she had to do was cry. Once she cried, you was in trouble. You was in goddamn trouble.
Well, what if I was the woman crying, saying, "Now, I only cry when I'm mad.
Right.
If I'm crying, just know that I'm about to kill somebody.
About to beat
Because
that.
crying is not for me. So if
That's
I'm
me too.
crying, yeah, I'm about to physically hurt you, and you probably would do best by getting the fuck away from me. If you see me crying, it's best to get away. You know, it's best to get away from me. So even if you're crying and you've been the person that's been agitated or instigated on, then what? Wendy says normally it was the person who called that doesn't go to jail. Agreed. Normally,
Wait, say what? Normally, who called is the
she
one
said
that don't go
normally
to
it
jail?
was the person who called that did not go to jail.
Shit.
When the hell that happened?
Well, I've been the one.
Shit.
I done been in back of a police car and I called.
For real. It be like,
Like I
and look,
called me,
and
like I
don't it be
called my
fucked up?
goddamn right.
But don't it be fucked up when you keep repeating to them like, but I called y'all.
I called you, nigga.
Right.
But then there's that one time nigga put me in there with my face. Hell, that was like me calling for a ride to jail.
There is nothing more frustrating than telling them, I called you. Ma'am, come on.
For real.
I
For real.
called
Swear to
you.
God.
Take this is my house. Take that bitch. Take
Swear
that
to
bitch
God.
over there. I called. She don't live here. She got foam coming out of her mouth.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's the crazy ass shit. It's your house, but ma'am, do you think you can leave so you can can you go somewhere? Do you think you can go somewhere for the night and stay somewhere? But no, hold on, this is my motherfucking house. Why I got to leave? Why the hell she ain't got to leave? I didn't seen that.
Every time my name been on the lease. Every time my name on the lease, and I be like, wait, hold on, what we doing here?
Why? And that's why I fuck with a motherfucker with separate houses. That's why I
See,
said
that was
I'm messing with a
my thing,
motherfucker
too.
with separate houses. Get your ass out
That's
of here.
what that was my thing too. He told me to leave, and I'm like, she got the knife.
Keep a roll of duct tape close by so you can hog tie them, I guess.
Chan, wait, keep a roll of duct tape close by so you can hog tie them, I guess.
Yeah, you know what? That is
obviously-
good. That duct tape.
Well, no. Well, Jonathan, the cop thought it was funny, but did he try and arrest you behind the duct tape?
So here's what's crazy. The black cop was the one that had an issue with it because he said, well, you know, did you really have to do that? And I was like, bro, what part of I needed to stop her from hitting me?
She hit you with a 2-piece and a strawberry cream.
Right.
And you had to do it,
Look,
motherfucker.
she didn't hit me with a jumbo combo, hold the motherfucking fries. And you sitting there talking about why I use the duct tape on her. So I really looked at him. I said, wait a minute. You're telling me that as an officer, if you ain't got no gun, no pepper spray, no taser, no nothing else, and it ain't nothing but a roll of duct tape right there, you're not going to use the duct tape if it's accessible to you because you're trying to de-escalate the situation, right? And so the white cop looked at, and the white cop said, I said, and let's look at it this way again. Ain't gonna be too many of us that can talk up for ourselves. I said, but how many situations did y'all done showed up to where the woman or the man beat the fuck up or shot a kid? I say, so I kind of think I did y'all job for y'all. She in there still kicking like a catfish out of Cross Lake on the floor, but at least we ain't fighting. Shit. Yeah, no, man. But like you say, you just never know. You just never know what'll happen or what type of cop you'll get.
I think twine works pretty well too. Look, she got you some twine that you know that.
Okay,
Not
who
no
just
twine.
keep twine in the house
Oh,
other
you
than
talking about
Jeffrey
like
Dahmer?
that twine they use when you go when you tying down something from Kramer,
Yeah,
and you get some
some of that twine.
Hey, we don't have no craft shit in our house except for a hot glue gun. Ain't no twine in here. I'm sorry. So I got my sister from another mother. I got Amina Phillips in the comments. She said, well, I pulled a gun on my oldest son's father and told him I would end his football career. My mom was in the hospital. He came to pick up my son. He didn't give me my money and started talking smack to me. He was too big for me to fight, so I got my mom's gun off the top of the fridge. He started running down the driveway and called my brother. My son went back in the house and called my mom at the hospital. My mom called my grandmother and her and my aunt had to walk around the corner. Yeah, you was trying to go to jail or hell. Like, what?
Yeah. Expeditiously.
And herself. What?
Oh,
no.
Wait, so I'm okay. Ooh, I got so many questions. So she pulled the gun on him. She pulled the firearm on him because of what now?
Amina put it in the comments. Why did you pull the gun on him? Had he hit you?
Because from what I'm reading is she pulled the gun because he didn't give her money.
I'm going
and I may be wrong. I don't want to put that on her.
Tell us why you pulled a gun on that man in the first place.
I mean, what she say? She say he kidnapped her son too. So I mean,
look. While we're waiting,
yeah.
Okay.
While we're waiting for her to answer, I have to transition. I know I can be. We can go on with this all night. I have a question. I'm going to pose this scenario to the men on the panel, and I want everyone to listen to this. This is very important to me. So we have some persons in Shreveport, in the city of Shreveport, who are considered popular. I put that in quotes because I don't know what that is around here. They're considered popular. And they have, to me, been grooming young women. They're over the age of 30. No. Hold on. They are over the age of 30, and they have had a couple of children with women that are between the ages of 18 and 21. And before y'all say, well, she 18, she legal. But no one talks about it. But he and his friends are always discussing how people in the city are grooming people. And to me, it's just very strange that he's getting these little girls out, because he's meeting them while they're still in high school. At least their senior year of high school. And he's having, they're children to him. He's having sex with them. He's having babies with these ladies. And nobody is saying anything. So all of you fellas are at least 40. Do you feel that he's grooming these ladies?
I feel like he molesting people.
Bingo.
I'll just be real. I'm just gonna be real with it. Even though the state of Louisiana, the age of consent is 17, 16 if you're in the military. I don't give a damn. If you're not of age, if you're not 21 and old, and not even 21 for me because I'm fucking 49 years old. You know what I'm saying? Be of age. This is bullshit, man. This is not the color purple. We're not back in 1840, 1839, 1810. Let's stop this bullshit, man. You are molesting these girls.
Exactly what they doing. For real.
Grabs popcorn. Veronica, yes. Grab Ron Brown. I have been seeing them give him all these accolades and pats on the back that I've just been like, this is some weird shit. Because this ain't if it was just one baby, it was bad enough with one baby, but they've had multiple children with multiple people, and all of the girls are young, and nobody knows the ages of the girls until they start popping up in the pictures, and I'm just like, y'all don't see something wrong? These are children, these babies. And ain't no 30-plus-year-old man got no business having no baby with no 18, 19, 20-year-old girl.
18-year-old.
Okay. First off, it's a lot of people in Shreveport doing it. So who are we talking about right now?
I cannot disclose the name, but I'm sure people know
Text it to
who
me.
the fuck I'm talking about.
Text it to me right now.
Oh, okay. Let me text it to you. I got you.
Text it
I
to me
got
right
you.
now. And I'm gonna say this
Text it to me too. Let me see
with
if we're talking about the same one. Because there's more than one.
with yeah, it is. It's a lot of with the so I myself was in oh shit that nigga so
And
Oh,
he
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
Hold on, Mr.
Yeah,
Johnson said, did
yeah.
he get installed as a pastor? Supposedly, he is a pastor. I'm not sure where. I don't know if he's actually a pastor or a minister. I don't know if he actually has his own church, but obviously Mr. Johnson knows. So
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Latoya, my cousin Toya say she just choked. What you say, Pat?
okay, from the name that you just put up, what just sent me, it oh Lord, I thought this nigga learned, but he ain't.
Nah, nigga ain't learned.
He ain't. He
Cannot say
haven't.
his name.
I can't. I'm not.
No, you can't say his name.
I'm looking away because it's just pissing me off.
All the way off.
Well, it pisses me off that people excuse it because of who he is.
I don't give a damn.
This
who he
person
is.
actually, the reason why I say that is because I had a chance to have this nigga locked up when I was working at Diamond Jack because he had one in the room.
Oh
And
my
there was
God.
an issue. And I saved him because I knew him.
Wow.
But I could have sent that nigga up the river. In Bossier.
You should have.
You should have.
Oh,
should
my
have.
child, hold on. My child told me I'm way too loud, so I need to shut up, Hannah. I need to come off this topic. I'm just asking a question. I just want to know why is it okay and acceptable because we're popular?
No, it's popularity. Shreveport is different. I've lived a lot of places. If you know the right 10 people in Shreveport, you can get away with anything you want to.
Hell, if you know the right
And make
five
money
people.
doing it.
Shit.
I say 10 people because I know 10 people to know. But yeah, the right 5 people, and they kind of move around, but they all stay in the same circle. And they bring up people in that circle. And all of them do the same thing.
They like the Shreveport Illuminati.
Exactly. Shreveport, not Shreveport Bossier, because if they go across the bridge, it's over.
Just Shreveport.
Shreveport. They go past Pine Road, it's over. They go past the bridge, it's over.
Let me answer this question. I have a question. They said, Ro Greggs asked, are condoms not a thing? They're personally impregnating these women, I feel, so that they aren't looked upon as being homosexual. But go ahead. I mean, they don't want to use condoms. They don't
want to. They don't want to. Yes. They want to feel that it's they sick. It's sick. They sick. I look at my little girl. My little girl, she 11. She 5'8". She almost taller than me. She's sprouting. And my wife, she works at a college. I see young girls all the time, according to people in their prime, in their 20s. A senior up here can't do nothing for me. Right. I look at them like babies. These niggas looking at girls come off the goddamn yellow bus and start rubbing themselves because they're excited.
I don't get it.
They sick. If you're in Shreveport, and you know a certain amount,
it doesn't matter how funny people think you are. It's time to start calling people out on their bullshit. And if I didn't think the bitch would sue me, I would say their name. So we're not gonna mention anyone by name, but you know who I'm speaking of. Jonathan, what you got to say? I know it couldn't be one of your sisters.
Yeah, real shit. Cause he'll be behind KCS uh, between them swamp trees and everything else. But my thought process is a lot of times when it comes to Shreveport, we got to stop making these niggas feel safe in
Thank you.
multiple circles and all this other
Thank
shit.
you.
Like I get the whole thing. I get the whole thing about the supposedly popularity and this and everything else. But reality is, what is fucking popularity with half of these motherfuckers anyway? They don't hold no position to pull no, to flip no switches, to get no shit taken care of or handle. Half of these motherfuckers are literally nothing but pastors, preachers. They can't. Half of them can't pay their fucking bills. Half of them doing fuck shit, scamming, all this other shit. So at the end of the day, what do we have to do to change the spectrum of making these
Right.
motherfuckers not feel safe no more?
And the
Like,
and the
how do we
churches
run these
have them
motherfuckers out the
comfortable.
city? Yeah, and see,
The
that's my
churches,
thing.
the
The
churches
churches
are
have them
Yeah.
comfortable.
that's their safe space.
Oh,
And then my problem is too, you looking at these supposed to be parents, and you letting some of these parents, they going to church and calling the pastor daddy and all this
All that old
other old
bullshit.
bullshit. And at the end of the day, like, nah, don't. A lot of this shit just need to be broke the fuck up, and they need to be made feel unsafe. And I hate to be this person, but at the end of the day, it's some, it may be some people that's on this fucking podcast in the comments or whatever else. You need to learn how to create separation from people that's within your circle, even if they are fucking associate.
I agree.
And start breaking ties with these motherfuckers, because here's my thing. If you the best motherfucker in a circle of people,
Shit.
and these associates, and they going to these churches and seeing this shit happening and letting it happen and everything else, you need to cut them the fuck off from you, so they can go, well, wait a minute, why you ain't fucking with me no more? Because you condoning that whole ass shit.
And you know what?
I know some people have dropped off this live because they know exactly who I'm talking about. I noticed that some people dropped off.
Like,
you know what I
now
hate
stop
about
that
it?
old fuck ass shit and stop sitting up thinking it's okay. Stop thinking, well, it's just did this. You mean to tell me you okay with your daughter getting done like that?
Yeah.
You
As
cool
we
with
say,
that?
pimps in the pulpit.
Let's touch on these musicians too, because they doing it too. These motherfucking fuck ass musicians.
All right, good night, folks.
what?
I'm just real with it.
Talk your shit, OJ. Talk your shit, Jay.
You got these musicians.
You talking? I'ma back it up.
These popular ass musicians out here fucking little boys. Let's just be real with it. Then you wanna come out with your girl and act like you so straight, but behind the scenes you out here fucking these little boys. I ain't with that shit, man.
Or not just the little boys, or the little girls.
Or the little girls. You got them too. You got them too.
Just because
I ain't with that shit, man.
Because you can say I should wear a crown at a goddamn funeral over there. Stop. Let me. You know what? What's next?
You over there
What's
next? Wearing a crown.
My last
say she done got in trouble for her comments. Oh Lord, they done flagged her already.
Well,
go ahead.
Here's my last. Here's my last.
I got a whole nother page.
You got to get it to him. Get it to him, cuz.
Because goddamn it, look, just because you sitting here done marched in a popular person's funeral that shot up 27 down people, he got killed, and everybody went to his goddamn funeral, and you done sat there and sung and made people fall out over the casket and shit, and you think that you all that now, you walking around this motherfucker with no gas in your damn car and got transmission pulled in to go down the damn street, and you over here messing with these little goddamn
come on, Pat.
playing with booty holes and shit. Then go home and take all that shit you done got from the streets and give it to a wholesome damn woman that's been trying to hold your goddamn ass down all this.
Come on.
My voice, family. Somebody take over. Shit.
The real talk. I just say,
well, goddamn, Pat got a lot to say.
Until we really get to a space where we stop getting so fucking caught up in, we love our black people and we do this and do that and everything else. But the same shit that we want to point the fingers at everybody else doing to our culture, we do it to our fucking self.
I
And
self.
so the
We do
motherfuckers
it to
that I don't care
ourselves.
who becomes into political power in this city or whatever else, the more we shift to the motherfuckers that we don't know and give them a chance to really run this city, we get these bitch ass motherfuckers out the way that is protecting these type of motherfuckers. Because when you look at who our last mayor was, he was protecting a lot of these pussy ass niggas too.
All right,
Whole
good
So
night.
bunch.
so
Lot
so
of
when we
them.
talk
Whole
about that
bunch
kind
of
of lame ass shit, these district
whole bunch
attorneys,
of
these judges, and everything else that sit up and like to laugh and play in each other's face,
These judges
and
been through it. These
yeah,
people are
you
judges
know,
been through.
they can sit up there and have fucking bad shit. They can have blackmail on another motherfucker. You done seen him punch a fucking German Shepherd, but you ain't gonna motherfucking tell it. You gonna let him, but he can give somebody 15 years or not give them 15 years for some shit they ought to be going to jail for life. That's just whole ass shit. That's all
I'm
that
just
is. So
let me go on and put this disclaimer out of there. When all of us get 24 hours or 38 hours in Facebook lockup tomorrow, we'll know it's because of this live. And when they take it down, we'll know that we speaking the truth because y'all know they coming to report this motherfucker, right?
I'm just a
We
messenger.
already.
I
I'm
don't
just.
look. I don't care. I got a little booty old cell that Angola. Me and motherfucking C Murder be getting our conversation. I don't care.
Right.
man, that nigga pass stupid.
I'm going to say this. I know we look. I know we got to get ready to get out of here, but I'm just a messenger. Touched on something, and I'm gonna say this about the musicians. I love our musicians, our church
Love them.
musicians,
Love them.
but put your dicks up.
You
You
Put
ain't
your
got
dicks up.
to. You ain't got to sleep with every woman that you see. Have
and
some
close your booty.
decorum. What you say, Pat?
Close your booty hole.
Close your booty.
You need to have some. I'm not even gonna talk on that part. Have some decorum about yourself and your interactions. Everybody in the city shouldn't be able to say, address, and speak on who and what you are. I don't care how good of a person you are, how nice you are. When did we leave decorum behind us? Like, I shouldn't be able to sit in a circle of 10 people and you slept with 8. That's a problem. And until we start speaking, and I'm talking to the women. I ain't talking to you dudes. I'm talking to the women. Until you all hold yourselves and say, this nigga don't deserve this cat. They won't stop. Y'all look, these women that be on this live, smart, articulate, educated, hardworking.
Stop rewarding mediocrity.
Stop rewarding mediocrity. Come on now. If everything he got in somebody else's name, you know what? I gotta get out of here. I gotta go pick up my groceries at 9 o'clock.
And he don't sell dope. And he don't sell dope.
And he don't. I'm just everything in your mama name, and you don't sell dope. That just means you using every person you come into contact. Let me shut up. Let me shut up.
Oh, that's real.
Know every goddamn long person by name. But go ahead.
Right.
Final thoughts, Kane. I know you out eating, Kane. What's your final thoughts? I know you had to have some dinner. Kane, what's your final thoughts? Kane got to step outside for his final thoughts. I'm nervous.
Yeah, but like I say, my final thoughts for like I said, I was listening to y'all. Like you say, hold these people accountable for what they doing, y'all. I mean, don't feel like if you hold them accountable. Let's see, a lot of people, they feel like if they hold these people accountable, these popular people, you will fall out of the in crowd or whatever.
I ain't in no crowd.
You will be kicked to the side. Oh no, I know you didn't talk about him. I know you didn't talk about her. Man, fuck that person. Fuck that person. I mean, if they wrong, they wrong. Hold them for what they supposed to be. I mean, for the wrong shit that they doing. It's just straight up. Wrong is wrong. Don't be going along with the bullshit when you know it's wrong. Don't be going along with that bullshit. Just holding people accountable. That's all I gotta say.
OJ, Jay, final thoughts.
My final thought to my sister girl Pam up there, I love you to death. And the conversation we had the other day is the same conversation I'm gonna have for y'all. Like, fuck 'em.
Uh-oh.
Fuck them
Boy.
bitches. Fuck them.
Why
You
must you
understand
act
what I'm
like this? Somebody just asked me, why are y'all like this? I don't know. We just
No.
real. We gonna be true. Everybody on this live gonna be truthful. And you just gonna have to get with the program.
Who gives a damn about what motherfuckers think about you and my sister's goddamn relationship? How you them bitches mad because they ain't living the life you live. You understand what I'm saying? Them bitches mad because every time they see you, you out fly and you gone, you out of town, you doing your thing. Fuck them bitches. And that's my final word. Fuck them.
Boy, I love you. You crazy as shit, but I love you.
Look, fuck them and feed them fish. That's the saying.
Fuck them, feed the fish.
Jonathan, I'm gonna come to you, and then I'm going to Mr. McGee. Jonathan, final thoughts. Oh Lord, I be having to clutch my pearls. Where they at?
Nah, shit ain't got close on pearls. We good. We good. I'm gonna go to somebody comment that they used in the comment section to help me with my final word. Somebody said that's the game that gets played in this world. Well,
In
that's
this
why
city,
it take us to play the game with different fucking pieces. Start playing the game with different fucking pieces. Because at the end of the fucking day, it's plenty of us that can walk around this motherfucker making big moves, doing big things, taking care of our community, and doing what the fuck we supposed to be doing. And these same pussy ass niggas we talking about can't touch us.
Pussy.
Can't touch us. I can walk in these same buildings with these niggas, and these niggas drop their head when they see me coming. Let's be very fucking clear about this shit. So yeah, that may be the game, but at what point do you start playing that shit with different pieces and doing some shit in a way? Because guess what? What you can't get from some of these motherfuckers, you can step outside of this city and get resources and make big shit happen. These motherfuckers don't stand on fucking business. These ain't no real niggas. Let's just be very fucking clear.
They just stand on popularity. They don't stand
That's
on
all
business.
they stand on. That's
They
I ain't
stand on
popular with.
popularity.
I ain't popular with none of them. Don't none of them niggas like me, and they smile and grin and man, you need to come hang out. Nah, hang out with you for what? For me to slap the shit out you? Nah. So that's my finishing thoughts for the night. Love y'all and Godspeed.
I know
That nigga said
girl
Godspeed.
Pam is girl Pam is multitasking. She's also on a Zoom. Your final thoughts right quick. I know you have to get to your other call.
My final thoughts is I just want to thank everybody who showed up and showed out for me on yesterday. I really appreciate it. I felt all the love, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And that's it.
Mr. McGee, I'm coming to you. Final thoughts.
Real quick, Pam, I don't know what they said, but whoever said it, their mom cat smell like onions. We'll leave it on that.
What?
Secondly,
hold on. Did you say they
Smell like
mama
onions.
cat smell like onions?
That's
we
a
gotta
different
go.
smell too. That's a
We
different
still
smell.
moving on. Number two, how we first come on back. How we talked about the women instigating these situations, stuff like that. Men, first of all, don't get yourself in a situation if you can. If you got a crazy one that's like that, try to back out of it the best way possible. Best thing to do, go to the bathroom. If that don't work, jump out a window. Go sleep in the doghouse. What you got to do, just leave the situation. And
jump out the window. Okay.
And on this new episode of What the Fuck Going On in Shreveport, you know what? Joel Osteen said
it's burning a hole in you. It's burning a hole in you. I feel it.
But Joel Osteen said, "Eagles fly alone. Chickens always get together. Always. Catfish, bottom feeders, they always together. Guess what? I love riding one deep or two deep because I got my son. He love it too.
Don't compare these motherfuckers to catfish, man. Because I love some catfish. Fuck these
Well,
motherfuckers.
I mean, Catfish only
Compare them to the
good until
worm.
catfish
Compare
stink when
them
they
to the
come
worm.
right up. When you groom them some bitches up, put them on the plate real well. After you get some real nice peanut oil and you season them nice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what them niggas is. They fucking bottom of the fucking lake, cross lake catfish ass niggas. And these
Real shit.
motherfuckers always smiling in somebody's face, wearing fake ass shit from DHgate and other fucking shit. And then they sit here, know the nigga that own the club, so they feel like they cool because they don't walk in front of 3 motherfuckers to get in the goddamn club, but they can't
Right.
afford the drink. So they over there asking the bartender, "Can you hook me up?" Them niggas always talking about, "Can you hook me up? Can you hook me up? Can you hook?" No, hook yourself up with something.
Pouring
Nigga.
beer and champagne bottles and shit. Yeah, I don't speak it.
You out here.
Speak it.
Yeah, you out here riding in
Speak
the
it, cuz.
fucking Land Rover with every goddamn light on like a fucking Christmas tree and shit. That bitch is on the goddamn
panel.
toll. But
Mm-hmm.
I love y'all. Good night.
Yeah, look, speak. That
Go
boy
I
on
said,
don't live in Freeport no more, but I'm in the town a lot, and y'all don't even be knowing
Right.
I be in there. I get there,
Exactly.
get around. I'm not even from Shreveport, but I know so much about the shit, and I hang around real fucking people in Shreveport.
Me too.
Real fucking people. I call them brothers and sisters and whatnot. My shit's still growing. AB, I know you. I met you a couple times a long time ago, but you always been cool. Always. Everybody on the panel always been cool. That's why I keep y'all around. But it's some motherfuckers that, let me tell you, I've been a lot of fucking places. I'm in Maine right now.
Yeah,
Way up
yeah,
here. Not
yeah.
Main Street, Maine. I done been so
That
many
nigga say not Main Street.
Maine. And I tell y'all, I done been to Boston. I thought them niggas was different. Shreveport niggas are different.
Yeah,
Different.
I was way up in Portland last year, my boy. Yeah, Shreveport is way different. Shreveport is just Shreveport. It ain't nothing like Shreveport in the world.
In the world.
The
And
world,
until
the
they
whole,
get out of Shreveport, they'll never understand.
Yep.
Until they
no.
get out of, they'll never understand.
I lived in a small town. I'm from Bogalusa, Louisiana. Small ass fucking town. I thought I was making the best money I could. Once I got out of Shreveport, out of Bogalusa, I got out of that little bitty ass fishing bowl.
You got out of that
fish bowl
mentality.
that you get that only one fucking fish can fit in, but everybody in that bitch.
Real
and
talk.
I started.
You jumped in the lake. You jumped out the boat into the lake.
Man, jumped in Houston, baby. Oh my God. Now I'm up here in Maine. Been a boy, please, man. Look, love y'all.
Look, my final thoughts. I know I got to get out of here. I want to say thank you to each of you that were on the panel this evening. I love you guys. Kane and Jay have known me for 30 plus years. Jonathan may as well have known me for 30 plus years because we oftentimes think one and the same. McGee, he already know it's nothing but love for me. I don't have these podcasts just to entertain. We're entertaining because we just heartfelt, happy-go-lucky, funny people. We're on this podcast to educate. If you all don't learn something from this motherfucker, talk to me, call me, inbox me, because that means I'm doing something wrong. But what I want you to learn most of all is that your mind is so much larger than your location. Don't allow Shreveport to be your stomping ground and never explore what's outside of Shreveport. We're so much bigger and brighter and better than the things we see around Shreveport. And don't allow our community to take away what we are at heart, because what we are at heart is something so much larger, so much better than Shreveport. And I also want to say to the pastors in this city, to the musicians in this city, to the church members, most important, to the church members, have some respect. If you want to be part of the word, have some respect for the word. You can't stop. You can't just keep going around telling gay people about how wrong our lifestyles are while you're living a much worse life than what we would ever think of or imagine. by using and grooming young people, young boys and girls. To the women that want to be instigators, you gonna be dead. Period. I'm not wishing ill will on anyone, but you can't keep pushing and picking and prodding and poking people because sometimes it's just a reaction. You can't keep hitting people without them reacting. We can only stop you or grab you or throw you down or duct tape your ass for so fucking long before our natural instinct kicks in to defend ourselves. And so this boy did not have to die this past weekend.
He did
He
not.
asked to leave. He expected to leave. He wanted to leave. There's no reason this father of four should be dead here on Wednesday night. So, ladies, let's do better about ourselves. Our Black community, let's do better about ourselves. Like, damn, I could go on and on. I know we got a long night. Look, I got a grocery pickup. I got to run up to Blanchard for a grocery. I just, there's so much I can unpack. But anyway, I want to thank each of you for the panel. I love you
One
all.
thing.
Yes, go ahead, McGee. Go ahead.
One thing, and I don't want nobody to sit here and think that I'm not for the LGBTQ plus queer community. I stand with everybody.
Whatever them
I went
alphabets
to
mean.
I call them the alphabet police.
The alphabet community.
no, don't
Yes.
call them. I got cussed out about that, but I ain't gonna say that no more. But
I
I've
will.
gone
The
to
alphabet community.
gay pride marches, and I will do it a damn again. If you whatever, you live your damn life. Nobody on this fucking earth should not be able to live their life how they fucking want to. They came to this earth to live how they want to. Don't let nobody tell you how to live your damn life. But don't be messing with these damn women, knowing you playing with booty holes in behind closed doors, and then come back to these damn good women that are faithful to you and loving you, and you living a double life. Don't do that. Nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that.
Nobody.
And I'm out.
And I don't. Yeah, nobody deserves it. Live your life and live your truth. Don't live a double standard and don't live a life in the closet. Leave these good people alone. Stop making broken homes. I love you all for free. I appreciate everybody. Next Wednesday, 7:00 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Something for the People. Share this live, people. Share this live. Have a good night. Peace.